Is it pin strip or
Stripe.
Strip
ni mambo ingine.
Chicken stripes or strips?
Chicken strips. Pin stripes.
This is just like Njonjo, eh?
Oh, Sir Charles.
Sir Charles.
Of Kabeta.
There's this rumor that the pin, the stripes in his suits are actually
his initials. I've seen it.
No, you lie.
CN.
All of them.
CN.
No.
Not every suit. He has some with CNs on it.
Okay. And they're all strip.
Bars.
On CN.
Bars.
The flower.
Yes.
The flower.
Fresh rose from his house garden.
Every single day.
Fresh rose from his house garden.
Every single day.
Fresh.
Aye.
And he's 98
He's
years
90
old.
what?
98.
And still has a bottle of Angola.
2 glasses of wine a day. 2 glasses.
Of wine.
Yes.
A day.
Swimming every day.
Swimming.
Every day.
At 98.
Yes.
Sachol still swims.
Every day.
Oh my God.
He is 2 away from a century.
Where? Charles Njonjo.
The Duke of Kabetashire. David Osiani joins us in the studio to talk about everything political that's going on. David, welcome to the show as always.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Osiani, when you turn back.
Look behind you. When you see that handshake, before we get to the handshake, we'll get to the handshake. There's other news.
I'm telling you.
Late yesterday, Osiani, you know this and we know, the news broke. By the way, it broke it was rumors at first. Throughout the afternoon, rumors. Kenneth Matiba is dead. Oh, we're not sure. It hasn't been confirmed. And people were afraid to go on the air and actually announce it. But David, when you heard the news, your thoughts about Kenneth Stanley Jindo Matiba?
When I heard the news of the death of Kenneth Stanley Jindo Matiba, the greatest gift ever given to Kenya by the sons and daughters of Kiangima in Kahuhia, in Muranga, I was a bitter man. I was a bitter man because there finally lay the body of a man who had struggled so much for this country, yet was not respected as much as he had struggled. I was a bitter man because we watched him die. I was a bitter man because everyone had a chance to give Kenneth Matiba a life deserving of a hero and a doyen. Yet, all of them came, watched him, visited in hospital, but did not do a thing to at least make him happy in his final days. I was a sad man and a bitter man, Jeff, because we always knew it was coming. After the May 26th, 1991 incidents, where Kenneth Matiba suffered a stroke because he had been poisoned in jail under the regime of the former President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi and denied access to medication, Kenneth left losing 2 of the greatest things any man would lose for the sake of the country. Lost his wealth, trying to campaign for our liberation, and then lost his health. There's nothing that remains when you lose those 2. If you lose your wealth but have some health, you would pick up the pieces. Yet, from the sitting President Uhuru Kenyatta, who after initiation went to recuperate in the house and home of Kenneth Matiba, did not even honor him. Did you know that Kenneth Matiba has died even without a head of state commendation?
What?
The only thing that happened was that when we were having in 2013 the Jubilee Awards, his name was enlisted as a Golden Jubilee awardee. But Kenneth Stanley Njindo Matiba has died without even a head of state commendation. We dished out a CGH to Museveni, to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. We dished out other accolades to other people. But now as we go on media and everyone cries, and everyone's to blame. I mean, the Prime Minister Raila Odinga was in government as a Prime Minister. Yet, even though the relationship between Matiba and Kibaki was frosty, he would have also tried to give him a befitting, recognition. It didn't happen. We watched as he lost his empire, the Alliance Group of Hotels, the Hillcrest Schools, the People newspaper today that is owned by MediaMax, which is, the president's and the family, the President Kenyatta's family's, business, was once owned by Matiba. He was the original owner. But what did we do? We went to the hospitals to take photos with him for recognition's sake, when deep inside, a great man died. There is not even a single road in this town, Jeff, named after Matiba. Not one. Matiba, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Charles Rubia, these were guys who fought for our rights. Today, we can talk as much as we can. You can tweet and even insult the president if you feel aggrieved. And yet you would not be incarcerated. Why? Because a single man dug into his pocket and financed the multi-party democracy, the second liberation campaigns. A single man. When others kept their money for themselves, he took what he had amassed from business because he wanted a better tomorrow. But c'est la vie. He has gone to rest at 86.
Wow. Yeah.
It can't get greater than he did to us. And I just want to pass my condolences to the family and the friends and great people of Kahohia and the Kenyans at large. We haven't celebrated Matiba enough. This slaying kids of yesterday who now are on Ifikie Wazazi do not even know what we are talking about.
No clue.
They're born in 1992. Today, a 1992 born is 26 years old. He or she has not interacted with the name Kenneth Njindo Matiba. He has not seen it. At least he knows there used to be Tom Mboya, because when Kogalo fans leave their march, they go and congregate by the statue. They know of Dedan Kimathi because at the heart of the city, there is a statue. But what about Kenneth Matiba?
So eloquently put, David. Wonderfully put. Wonderfully. And this is a reflection of us as Kenyans. This is what we do, huh? We discard our heroes.
Jeff, you worked for CNN, and this is not to drum up your to blow the trumpet on your behalf. When Miguna was here, there was only one journalist who let us into the goings on from inside the plane, professionally done, and that was Jeff Koinange.
And I got heckled for that.
Do you have a head of state commendation?
A what?
Yes. Yet we have slayers who make it by the virtue of slaying to the head of state commendation list.
Imagine.
What a country do we have?
It's a tragedy.
Shit all.
Tragicomic.
Tragicomic, yes. What did you call it, Jalas?
Shit all.
Huh?
Shit all. I repeat.
Yes.
Shit all.
Yes. It's a reflection of us, which is goodness. And by the way, you talked about his business empire, which was second to none.
Massive.
What?
The closest I've seen.
Real estate,
unmatched.
hotels, flower farms,
school,
dairies.
Yeah.
Oh my!
He was bankrupted by the then President Moi deliberately.
Yeah.
Charles Sykes says, however much you may hate your opponent, and this is the tragedy of politics, however much you may hate your opponent, you must get to a point of accepting that there are moments they have been right. It didn't matter how bad, how frosty the relationship between him and Kibaki was. When Kibaki took over the reins of power, he should have looked back at the gentleman who added value to our nation, to expanding the democratic space for our country, and he should have honored him for just that. We differed in other things. You didn't support my 2002 bid. Fair enough. But this is it. And so I'm glad that this has happened when we are having this handshake business going on. I hope it's a point of introspection for the leadership of this country. That they will look back and say, if for nothing else, may Matiba's death help us to remember that there have been people who were able to sow the seeds that we have a bumper harvest of democracy on today.
Tell me something, David. Was he also his own worst enemy? Because with Ford Kenya or Ford Original, that was the monster. This was the Forum for Restoration of Democracy was going to now go head to head with KANU, and somewhere along the line it was split down the middle, and it was a stubbornness or egos of individuals, and a lot of people blame Matiba for breaking up Ford
to go and form Ford
Asili, and then Jaramogi with Ford Kenya.
Yes and no. The thing about politics is a lot of politicians never rise above their personal, their personal dreams and passions. So when time comes and they should be putting, concertedly an effort towards a cause, they are divided down the middle by other interests. Fair enough. But does that negate the value he added to expanding our democratic space as a nation? It does not. Yes, if they had been together, maybe they would have made it to clinch the presidency in 1992. One of them. But we are unable to tell what really happened. That's what we don't know.
By the way, 6 years ago, I interviewed him. I asked him, did you win? Obviously, I wasn't expecting any other answer, but I asked, did you win that election in 1992? Can you honestly tell us? He said yes.
It is my conviction as David Osian that in 1992, regardless of the math that he said, this one split and there was no way that this was not going to happen, it is my personal conviction that Kenneth Stanley Njindo Matiba won the election of 1992. It's my personal conviction, and anyone who wants to say otherwise will really have a daunting task proving that to me.